Welcome to your January 2021 reading. It's great to see you. Great to see the subscribers back again. Do you know there is an annual reading which I have published, and you can see that in the playlist that's on the channel to get a quick snapshot as to what is happening for you for this year. Anyway, for this month though, we're going to go quite in depth. And we're going to take 5 cards, because that's all we're going to need. By the way, if you would like to have a private clairvoyant reading with me, then just check out the information that's in the description box, and you can see how easy it is for that to happen from anywhere in the world that you happen to be living. But let's get things underway, shall we? Let's see what there is in store. 5 cards. There is the Ace of Discs. A couple here. Justice, Temperance, gee, why don't you do that? There's the Chariot, something else. Aries, January 2020, or Gemini, rather, I'm going crazy. Well, I went crazy a long time ago, but more crazy, I suppose. Let's have a look. Gemini, January 2021. Come on out for me. Here we go. This will do it, I think. There is the Page of Wands. Excellent. Why don't you come, sit down next to me. We'll have a good close look at these cards together while I do the reading for you. All right, Gemini. Now remember, there is an annual reading which is published for 2021. Have a look on the playlist on my channel, or just search Gemini 2021 Nigel, and that will take you to it. It'll be about 20 minutes, I think. And next month's monthly reading will be published on the 6th of January at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. Now let's have a look at this first card here. This is the first one that you drew. This obviously has something very, very powerful to say to you for the month of January. Well, here on the card is the Minotaur. Have you heard of that? It was a monster with the body of a man and the head and tail of a bull. He came to be when his mother, Pasiphae, was cursed by Aphrodite in Greek mythology to fall inconsolably in love with a bull. But he was not any bull. He was the Cretan bull. The labyrinth, which you see here, that was placed on the island of Crete. And he was a Cretan bull, a snow-white divine bull belonging to Poseidon, the god of the sea, and gifted to a man called Minos to propel him into the throne of Crete. Now, King Minos never returned the bull to Poseidon as a sacrifice, as he had promised to do so, and that set in motion the chain of events which would lead to his wife giving birth to a half-man, half-beast monstrosity with a hunger for human flesh. King Minos had the labyrinth like you do those puzzles where you've got to try and find your way out, but this was done with gardens, and he had that built to contain the bloodthirsty monster. Now, the name of the Minotaur was Asterion, which means star, and symbolically, he is indeed a star trapped inside a labyrinth of matter, flesh, earth, and bone. Asterion has the antecedents, the family history, if you like, of a god and of an animal and a human. All 3 elements, all 3 aspects, like the consciousness of you trapped within the labyrinth of flesh and your desire to work through its riddles and challenges and endless maze towards the tower that lies beyond to salvation and redemption. Now, this is the Lord of the root of the powers of earth, and there is a lot of Gemini in this. I also see people being important to you during this period as Aries and Taurus. There is inner and outer richness coming your way, great success, unification of the body and soul, of material and spirit, heaven and earth, wholeness. There's the beginning of something tangible coming your way. A real feeling of the beginnings of prosperity and growth and of material abundance. I think your finances are going to start to improve. And some of you may be in line for a pay rise. Certainly a lot of good luck, and there is some unexpected money coming your way, I think, or value, something of value coming your way. Now aces represent new beginnings and opportunities, and in the suit of discs here relates to work projects, new business, and your standard of living. The Ace of Discs mirrors your readiness to live a life that is inwardly and outwardly rich. All that is needed is already at hand. Give yourself up to the fullness of life and learn to use your wings. What areas of your life would you like to make richer? Work intensively on discovering and developing your potential, your inner wealth. Remain open for every form of enrichment in your life. Say to yourself, wealth is my natural condition. It allows me to express my spirituality and creative potential in this world. I am in harmony with the flow of nature. Now there is something else which this energy wants to say to you, and I think it is this, that there is nothing you cannot be, there is nothing you cannot do, there is nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. For who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you think you are a great deal less. You are your own rule maker, and you are the only one who can assess how you are doing. All you see in the world is your idea about it. Life will take off for you when you choose for it to. An idea becomes a thought becomes a word. Say it out loud. Words have power, and they reverberate all throughout eternity. A word becomes an action, and if you are going to do it, then make a start, and having started, go all the way. Do it, do it, do it. Seize the opportunity in front of you now. Rejoice in it, and let no power on earth take it from you. Absolutely fantastic energy, and what a great way to start the year for you. I'm so pleased that you drew that card. Now you have the 7, the 8 major arcana, and 14. Let's run them up in a diagonal, and then we'll come down to this beautiful page of cups. Let's have a look at the chariot here, shall we? Oh, that's an interesting depiction of the chariot, is it not? Well, I suppose the artist was inspired by the Norse myth of Odin, the king of the gods, of the Scandinavian gods, and his wolves and ravens. Now the body, the charioteer, is threefold: a black, dark bottom that is part covered in flesh and earth, the exposed soul of the heart in the middle, and the radiant sun of the mind. The wolves in the front here, for me, they speak to the fourfold earth, the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, those directions where you can move your arms and legs as you interact with reality and with the 4 elements. Now in this chariot that's here, I have the moon ruling Cancer with Jupiter, that planet of great good luck and expansion, exalted, so in its highest form. She is, with Cancer around her, for me, the child of the power of the waters, the lady of the triumph of light. Cancer is something of a crab-like creature. It has armor around it, and so you'll be able to retract into yourselves and protect yourself during this period. But this speaks to me of victory over adversity. I think you have come through something of a difficult period, haven't you? But now you are overcoming it. You are going to have the courage to act. Now that's great news, because we can often have the intention, but we don't have the courage. But you will have the oomph, the ability to make things happen, and you'll have success over previous negative patterns. They could have been patterns that you have created for yourself, or patterns that have been imposed upon you by other people. I also see something of a focus on self-discipline here for you, and I think something of rest and contemplation, almost like you're taking a breather after this holiday period, but moving towards higher goals and being centered and protective of yourself. This is talking about a turning point for you, a new beginning, just as this card was also speaking for, and this is a change for the good. It's triumph, as I say, in the face of adversity, overcoming problems, and you'll have success, I think, with little or no support. You may even well find that you are coming to the aid of somebody else. You will be someone who is gifted in getting things underway. You will have the ability to move people, situations, and projects, and be able to handle, I think, multiple things and ideas and interests at the same time. You need change and variety during this period, and you won't have any regard for anything which is dull and boring. Now, it may be that you're not always a detail person, but I think that this is a time when you will actually be able to get on top of detail when it's necessary to push things along. And I think you'll have the desire to be something of a generalist without wanting to be specialized in any particular area. It's a time of movement, maybe career changes and getting projects moving. The oncoming change promises to lead to a positive phase in your life, so ready yourself, put your affairs in order, examine the possibilities of things, and I think you are going to leave a lot behind. So ask yourself, what area of your life will be changing? And are you ready to ring out the old and ring in the new? Now seek and create for yourself a loving, secure environment. There you can plan the change or journey. Your body also needs attention and activity now. And say this to yourself: I am putting my life in order and preparing for the new beginning. I motivate others positively. I am responsible for what I cause, and I accomplish things well and with ease. Now on this animal sort of theme that's here, let's have a look at this. Wow, tiger burning bright. Tigers can swim, did you know that? Very good swimmers, tigers. The tiger in the water is the king and queen married in the tomb of death, time and eternity, creation and destruction. The tiger is the inundation, bringing fertility back to the wasted land. The Holy Grail, healing the wounded king. The tiger is the great energy and life force, the elixir of immortality, exploding, erupting into water and matter of connectedness. Eternity in time, the eternal soul within the body shackled in time. Now, as these opposites come together with no barrier of ego, which has been destroyed, which has been devoured into the earth in death, melded with the black earth and bed of the cave, the energy flows through for you now powerfully, beautifully, symmetrically, filling you with divinity, with the elixir of the Holy Grail. Here she is in the water, this tiger, the daughter of the reconcilers, the bringer forth of light and of life. There is a great degree of Sagittarius around here, so don't be surprised if you have things to do with Sagittarius during this period. This is talking to you of the unification of opposites, of balance in a change, and a transformation, really. It is the combination of forces, you realizing things within you that you never thought that you had, action that you take that is based on accurate assessments as to what is going on. Now, it may be that you're doing some budgeting during this period as well, economizing, and you'll be very good with dealing with money. And I think that you will have success with something which has been going on for some time and been quite a lot of complications to do with it. I also get the feeling here with this that you are going to have something of an escape away from a person or an escape away from a situation. There's also the energy here that I think that you are learning to bring about balance and moderation in your life. Now, be patient with the things that you are doing and let them evolve at their own natural pace, and do some self-evaluation to re-examine your life's priorities. You'll be working in harmony from a place of stability and strength that is within you. The emphasis here is one on reintegration, and it does also reflect a period, I think, here of self-evaluation in order to re-examine those priorities in your life. You're now seeking a much greater balance between your inner and outer selves, searching for a higher meaning and purpose in life. You might experience during this time a clash between your old habits and your new visions, but just trust your intuition here. There is the sense I have of you digging deep into the earth, the way a miner digs into the earth, seeking a diamond, and you are going to dig deep into yourself and there uncover the hidden stone that is within you, your power, your vitality, and bringing this to the surface, because this is a challenge for you to look inward. In this phase of integrating opposites with you, I think that the transformation process isn't going to tolerate any further impulses or pushes from the outside. And to find that hidden stone, the diamond, you have to look within. What does it mean for you now to find your hidden diamond? Close your eyes and visualize a fountain of energy in your body. Bathe a while in this rejuvenating current and say to yourself, I equally value the light and dark within my own nature. I am a well-integrated person. I surrender to the transforming powers of the divine. I am an open channel for creative energy. Now, how interesting that this should also appear. This is the major arcana of the 8. Now, just looking at this card here, this is really the ancient Egyptian goddess of Ma'at, I think. Ma'at means truth, and truth is what imposes law, order, justice, morality, and balance. I think this energy here is also saying work, earn, know yourself, create your reality, become your greatest potential. Ground your wishes with action and be the center point of the real and of the sublime. Now, within her chamber, this goddess of Ma'at, this occurred after someone had died in the ancient Egyptian mythology. There was the Hall of Two Truths, and in it, Ma'at weighed the heart of the dead person. If it was lighter than the feather, then, like truth, the heart, the seat of the soul, would go on to live in eternity with Osiris. If it was heavy, it would be fed to the hungry monster Amut, the devourer, and the person, rather than being consigned to some perilous afterlife, would simply be extinguished from existence. Now, if I'm looking at the astrology here, where am I getting it? She's up in this top right-hand corner. Then it's Venus ruling Libra with Saturn exalted. Well, Libra emphasizes that the energy of this card here is all about balance and equilibrium. There's a great degree of karmic cause and effect at work here. And I think you are getting karmic rewards coming your way. Because I'm seeing justice, balance, you making adjustments within yourself, possibly even suspending some actions pending decisions. The balancing of opposites is also coming through with this, as it was with that card there. I think this is a tremendous energy. It can relate to the settlement of lawsuits as well. You can speak of marriage and contracts and bringing your finances into balance. I think that what we have here is a situation where you are taking stock of your life to see what is useful and what should be let go. Think clearly about life ahead and be aware that all actions have consequences. That's that karmic aspect to it. But I think you will be getting a clear vision of possibilities and the choices that are ahead of you, and applying your insights that you have achieved so far as a result of your experience and judgment. And I think it's a time also where you'll be discovering and following your true path and what gives it the most meaning. Pay attention to what situations in your daily life tend to throw you off balance. Discover the conditions under which you find harmony again, and carry this quality with you more and more as you move through your daily activities. What helps you reach your center and stay there? And what happens to you when you lose your center? Say this to yourself: I am balanced and centered. I honor my word. I value being truthful in different situations. The abundance and beauty of nature is a reflection of my own nature. I am at rest in my own center. Now that takes you finally to the Page of Wands. Fantastic. Let's have a look to see. What a great energy for you. This is a fantastic month for you, you know. You realize that people who have belief will always be stronger than those who do not. Now, I suspect that this painting here looks to me like it was inspired by Joan of Arc and represents the great things that can be done when somebody is moved by faith and acts on what they were divinely inspired to do. Every person is born with a purpose in life, some large, some small. Yet, who is to judge these things as large or small? And when you follow that bliss that you were meant for, you will be moving with the current of the universe and will be able to achieve the seemingly impossible and miraculous. Now she carries Joan of Arc's sword. The king at the time, back in history, had offered her a sword, but she refused, instead requesting a sword her voices told her was buried behind the altar in the chapel of St. Catherine de Fouerbois. It was found, and thus she took the symbolic arms, not of any country, but of God. She also had a standard made with Mary, Jesus, God, and the angels, presenting a fleur-de-lis, the symbol of royalty in France, but also a sign that God is presenting you with a special mission in this life, just as he sent the Archangel Gabriel, in Christian tradition, to present Mary with a white lily to announce that she was pregnant with the Son of God. Now the banner in this card, it looks to me, is decorated with symbols of Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Ghost. A sword, what's that? A lily, there you are. A descending dove. The flowers are the nature of wands, brilliant, intense, and beautiful, but their petals soon fall. Innocence and life is temporary, but it is so sweet and beautiful beyond words. Well, I call her the princess of the shining flame, the rose of the palace of fire, because she is in the suit of wands. And I think this is a young woman, although it can be interchangeable as to gender, that's energetic, individualistic, brilliant and daring, which is what you will be. And you will be very expressive in love and also in anger, I see here as well. I think anger is something that could come up with you. But it represents you being confident, daring, exciting, possibly nonconformist, I think, certainly freedom-loving and ambitious. People are going to love your character and energy, and you'd better fasten your seatbelt because people are going to find you very attractive. You may also have the tendency to be vengeful or temperamental or even unruly. This also means the conquering of old fears and patterns of thought here. Perfect for you at this time of year. You've brought them to the surface, you're bringing them to the surface and conquering them. Although it has to be said, you have often learned lessons the hard way. I think that she speaks of great energy for you and fits in, well, there's no coincidence with everything else that we've spoken of. Now, great job, Gemini. Well done. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I loved spending that time with you then. What a great month it looks like it's going to be for you. And don't you deserve it? You certainly do. Of anybody, you deserve the good things that are coming into your life. Now remember this one thing always, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.